This girl watched her family killed. A group of criminals beheaded his mother in front of him. His eyes were full of tears, but he didn't cry. Then the criminal pointed a gun to the chin. The girl staring at him with a cunning smile. Then he took out the blanket and spread it on the floor, then prepared to do something to the girl. When he returned, the villain's body realized that the gun he put on the table was gone. The villain looked at the girl with a surprised face. The girl raised the gun with both hands and pointed it to the criminal, then she pulled the trigger without hesitation. The people in that place rushed out to check the situation while carrying their respective weapons. They were stunned. The girl did not have the slightest fear. The eyes of his eyes were so sharp that there was not the slightest emotion radiated. Finally he shot all the criminals to death. That's the way he avenged his family. Shortly thereafter, a foreign man named Abang slipped in. He was stunned when he saw the corpse lying on the floor. Then he secretly searched the place, starting to open a suspicious cupboard with the heart of the girl to put a gun. Audi he tried to shoot, but the bullets were finished staring at him with a sharp look. He also suspected that the corpse lying on the floor was the girl's actions, raised both hands. The girl felt that the man in front of her was not a bad person, so she lowered her pistol slowly. The land came out of the closet. Then he held your hand and the two of them left that terrible place. Abang adopted the girl and named it. The child 30 years later, the son of a thug boss, suddenly kidnapped. The kidnapper asked for a ransom of 50 billion. Thug bosses to immediately prepare cash, but he asked the kidnapper to take it himself. This woman is an adult child. Her child is not afraid that she goes alone. A thugness boss thugs to your stomach with your strength. You have a child after threatening your child with the harsh words of the boss. Thugs tell you to call the mastermind of this kidnapping. Because immediately scared a moment later. The whole series of children's movements is very clean and neat. He only took less than 6 seconds to do it all. Then 6 steps out of the door. The two guards watched the child away in confusion after getting the news that the boss was killed. They only chased the child in a hurry. But the child's face does not look anxious at all. It turns out he has a fellow shooter partner, a model that used to adopt your child's job. He is a hitman and now he trains children to be the best assassin. A moment later they both went to a quiet place. Abang threw M24 rifles at their interested lakes to lure the rifle. Then he contacted the tenant to report that his work had been completed. The compound immediately transferred 100 billion, plus 50 billion which was robbed from the thug boss. They produce 150 billion in one mission at night. Preparing a cake for going home. Today is your 70th birthday. Then you issue a box of big gifts and give it to Abang. The box contains guitar steps made in 1958 and there are only 92 in the world. It shows how valuable the model for young people is. Also very generous. He immediately gave a building for children. It turned out that young age was not long because he was suffering from lung cancer. But Modi has a new plan. She plans to go to Vietnam to kill a target named Ivan. Ivan is a very evil person. Abang killed him 30 years ago. But reportedly he was still alive when he heard their purpose was Vietnam. You immediately refused to do the work because his parents were killed in Vietnam. He did not want to return to that terrible place, but to help your Modi meet his grandfather's friend named Bento. He asked Bento to help him find information about Ivan. But something happened the next day. Bento submitted a flash disk containing Ivan information because then you wanted to give the flash disk to Going Home. Colombiana is an action thriller film that was released in 2011. The movie was directed by Olivier Megaton and produced by Luc Besson, who is known for his work on films like Leon, The Professional, and Taken. Colombiana stars Zoe Saldana in the lead role and features supporting performances from Michael Barton, Cliff Curtis, and Lenny James. The story revolves around Cataleya Restrepo, played by Zoe Saldana, a young woman who witnesses the murder of her parents in Bogotá, Colombia when she is just a child. After the tragic event, Cataleya escapes and seeks refuge with her uncle Emilio, played by Cliff Curtis, who is involved in organized crime. Emilio trains Cataleya to become a ruthless assassin and seeks revenge against those responsible for her parents' deaths. As Cataleya grows up, she becomes a professional hitwoman and adopts the codename Colombiana. She takes on dangerous and high-profile assassination missions, leaving a signature orchid at the scene of each kill as a message to her intended targets. While carrying out her assignments, Cataleya also searches for information about the people who murdered her parents, intending to exact her own personal vengeance. The film combines elements of action, suspense, and revenge, as Cataleya navigates the criminal underworld and attempts to balance her personal quest for justice with her dangerous profession. Along the way, she encounters Danny Delaney, played by Michael Barton, a Chicago-based artist and love interest, who becomes entangled in her mission. Colombiana received mixed reviews from critics, with praise directed towards Zoe Saldana's performance and the film's action sequences. However, some critics felt that the plot was formulaic and lacked depth. Despite the mixed critical reception, the movie found success at the box office, grossing over $60 million worldwide. Overall, Colombiana is an action-packed thriller that explores themes of revenge and redemption. It showcases Zoe Saldana's talent as an action star and offers audiences an adrenaline-fueled ride through the world of contract killing and organized crime.